not stupid.
It's not stupid.
It's just taking what you know. Okay? So, what did we do in the notes last week? Or not last week, this week. So we did, do you remember when I gave you an interval and you could find the slope from it? Where was that? Oh, this one. So it was back here. If you are given an interval, you can write 2 points. Do you guys agree? Okay? If you're given an interval, you can write 2 points out. So that was on page 8, right here. This was the interval they wanted from 13 to 25, and I made it into 2 points to find the slope. Do you guys remember doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what would my interval be for this? B and 5, right? Okay, right here. And what do they want it equal to?
0.
0. I feel like this is the hardest part, is deciphering what is important. Okay, that part is the most important. That's telling us the whole entire premise. Okay, so what can I do with that interval? What did I just show you we could do with an interval? Yep, divide it into 2 ordered pairs. Okay, so what's going to be what do I know? I know the x value for one of them is what? 5. Fantastic. Okay, because of that, these are both what values? X's. Fantastic. These are both X's.
Why is that?
So this one they want us to find. They want us to find this number, because that would be what B is, and then this is 5.
Sure.
Okay? So what goes with 5 on the graph? Negative 2. Fantastic, Michael. Negative 2. Are you guys understanding this so far, like what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay? We have the
Can you just
interval.
like a random point or no?
We have an interval. What?
Can you just do like a random point or no?
No, because you want your slope to be what?
Equal to 0.
0. So this is my dot. Yeah, Jacob?
How do we know that 5 is x?
Because in interval notation, both of those numbers are x's. They're telling you from some random number b to 5.
Is
Okay.
it 3 then?
Ooh, why? Yes.
Because that slope would be 0.
Why?
Because it's going in a straight line.
Fantastic. Okay, so Kenrick just said, would it be 3? Because my slope would be going in a straight line. Do you guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so watch. If I just took the couple seconds to do the slope formula, negative 2 minus negative 2 over 5 minus 3. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0 over 2, so that equals 0. Yay! Okay, we got 1. Okay, it says for how many values?
So it's 3. So negative 4.
So what's the next one?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. If I keep going, okay, this would also work. Negative 4 is also negative 2, and 5 negative 2. If I did the slope formula again, I would get 0 over 9, and that also equals 0. So what they did is they took interval notation, which they expect you to know, that those are both x's and that you can find the rate of change, and then they wanted it to be equal to 0. Isn't that crazy? That is like taking the easy stuff we did in the notes and making it just notch it up. Okay? Are we
I'll
good?
do, like,
Wait,
I'll
what
do
about
right
the
answer.
final answer?
So your final answer, great question, would be B can be 3 or negative 4. But when it says give a reason, this would be your reason. Like you have that reason. You just showed all your work. Okay. Okay. Next one, here's a graph. Okay. The graph of H is shown with 4 points, A, B, C, and D. Sketch a line tangent to the graph of H at the 4 points indicated on the graph. Okay, I don't think you've ever seen that before, have you? Sketch a tangent line? Okay, so what we did yesterday, you know how yesterday I zoomed in on that point, like point A, and I made another little point right next to it and drew a line on the computer? I don't know, remember seeing that? So that's exactly what they're saying, because they want you to figure out the rate of change of each of these dots. So think about A, okay, if this was A, I could put another point right next to it. You did this yesterday, remember you did like 2 and 2.001? You with me? Yep. And then you found the slope. So now they just want us to sketch a tangent line. So I'm just sketching lines at those points to show what they would look like. Because now, can you see the slope at A? Can you see the slope at A? Yeah, because it's a straight line. Okay? And then what would B look like? Go to B, then draw a dot right next to it, and then connect the 2 dots. Go to C, and draw a dot right next to it, and then connect the 2 dots. And then D, and then draw a dot right next to it, and then connect the 2 dots. So really, when they say sketch a line tangent, that just means draw a straight line that just touches the curve. That just touches the curve. It's kind of like the slope. You're drawing the slope at that specific point. Okay, and then they ask, can you order the rates of change? Can you order the rates of change from this graph from least to greatest of those 4 points? So the rates of change, what's another word for that?
Slope.
Slope, nice job. Slope. Okay. From least to greatest. Okay. So looking at those 4 blue lines that I just drew, isn't it much easier to see the slope with the little lines drawn? Don't you think? Okay. So what one is the smallest slope? Don't say C.
Is it
Okay, I get C. C has a slope of what?
0?
0. Fantastic. But here's where they trick you, okay? C has a slope of 0. But what if these two that are going down? Negative. Isn't negative smaller than 0? See, and it like totally gets you, doesn't it? Because everybody thinks 0 is your least, and it's not. Because negative, you got to think of like a number line. Negative is smaller, right, than positive. So we're just guessing right at this point. Which one do we think is steeper? D. I would agree. Like maybe this is -2, and this is -1, and this is +1. Who knows? Those are just guesses, but I'm just going based off of the lines that I've drawn. So what one's my smallest? D, and then A, and then C, and then B. D, A, C, B. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. For each of the following statements from this graph above, you're still using that graph, circle the correct answer and the correct reasoning. From A to B. So look at A to B. From A to B, what is that? From A to B, it looks like a backwards J. The rate, okay, key word, the rate of change is increasing or decreasing, and it's concave up or concave down.
I thought it was increased.
It's concave up.
Yeah, so is it increased, it's gonna give up?
Okay, so when you see concave up or down, or when it's asking for the rate of change, always go to the concave first. I think that's easier, don't you think?
Yeah.
To say, oh, this is concave up, so then it's increasing. Even though it looks like it's going down, doesn't it? Okay? But this is concave up. If you think about, you kept going, that would be a bowl, and your water would be in there. Yeah? So, but it's decreasing because if you think about it, or it's increasing, because if you think about it, like, my slope there is -1, and then when I get to here, it's gonna be 0, so that's actually going up. My rate of change is going up from -1 to 0. Okay? From B to C, what do we got? What's B to C?
Decrease.
B to C. So we have really no concavity, so it's not at, now here's where they try to get you again, okay? It's just asking for the graph, it's not asking for the rate of change, I know,
The second one is
How do we
okay?
get to the -1?
increase.
Or the increase?
From -1 to 0 is actually going up on the negative, on the number line,
Or why is it -1?
because it's going down. A has like a -1 slope, because the line on A is negative. Okay, so, from B to C, is that increasing or decreasing? Increasing, that's just the simple, like, going up. It's going up, it's a roller coaster, right? Okay? And then, because the rate of change is positive, yes. Increasing would only be if it said because the concavity is, yeah, increasing. So the rate of change is talking in that instance about like the actual slope, like if you said the slope is positive. Okay? From C to D, what's C to D? C is at the top to D. So C to D, okay? Rate of change,
Yeah.
Yeah, concave down.
rate of change, it's concave down, yep, and it's decreasing. It's so like you have to stop and think, isn't it?
I need to get these wrong because it's just confusing.
It is. Yeah. Because if you look at the slopes. Look at the slopes from C to D that we just kind of drew. It's going from 0 to -2. So that is decreasing, right? That's going down, right? The slopes are. Okay, I know. Okay, now you will notice there are quite a few multiple choice in all of AP Classroom's multiple choice, which is kind of nice. Kids like that. But they're hard multiple choice, like they're not easy. Okay, and there's lots of tricks. Okay, the graph of the function h is shown on the figure above on the interval -6 to 5. On which of the following intervals is the rate of change negative? Okay, now, here's where this is another reading thing, okay? Does that say rate of change decreasing?
No.
No. So we're not looking for concave up or concave down. It's saying the rate of change is negative. So that really means what? The what? What's another word for rate of change?
Slope.
The slope is negative. So where on this graph is the slope negative? Keep going. Yep, perfect. I meant after the -6 to 3. Okay, so -5 to -1. -5 to -1. Is that negative? No, it's going down and then up. So that's a big no. Cross it out. -1 to 5 is going up and then down, so that's not negative. What about 1 to 5? That is a yes, isn't it?
Not only.
But not only. Fantastic. Okay, that is a yes, but also -6 to -3 also is negative,
We
isn't
usually
it?
do like infinite for like -6.
If it kept going, see how that's a circle
is,
dot?
yeah, it does,
So
yeah.
that means it's stopped, yeah. You will notice, I wanna try and do this more, is, cross off the ones that aren't correct. Because then you're like narrowing it down to a 50-50 shot, right? So much better, okay? Cause you should be able to, what? Is that from another class do that? No.
I just thought we still get to stick these.
Yeah. Don't be so negative about yourself. Okay. The graph of function k is shown at the right for 0 to 9. What are the intervals of x on which the rate of change is negative and decreasing? Okay, we got 2 words now. Negative and decreasing. So they're talking about rate of change. So what does that mean? Slope. And the slope negative, what does that mean? It's going down. Fantastic. And what does decreasing mean for slope?
It's slowing down.
Well, we have the negative slope, but what does decreasing mean when they say it with rate of change?
The slope is getting less big.
It's going,
Rebecca?
like, going down like 2 at a time to like 1. It's flattening out. It's flattening out.
Concave down. Concave down. It's okay. That's good. Concave down because it's saying rate of change and decreasing. Remember, if it says rate of change, you look for concavity when it's increasing or decreasing. Okay? So what part of the graph, first of all, is concave down?
0 to 4.
0 to 4. Fantastic. Yeah, somebody said 0 to 6 was concave down, but at this point, remember, it switches concavity. That's the point of inflection. So after 4, it turns into concave up. Okay? So it's only 0 to 4. Now, which part is negative?
Overall, or that?
Just in that interval.
6 to 4.
2 to 4. Fantastic. 2 to 4 is going down.
It's like 8 to 9 also.
Yeah, but- Oh, no, because we don't know what's at the end of that. That could go on forever.
Yeah, alright.
If it went
Oh, God,
like
nice.
that would be concave down, but we don't have any
So we're on
idea.
Computers, all right?
2 to 4. Yes, I know.
Yeah, well, I might need to-
Go. Okay, so, Michael, go, yeah.
I might need some help on the first problem that we did.
What one?
This one.
Oh, finding the slope.
What about the first day, does it work?
Because they like to do that. They like to put in